On a beautiful summer's day like this, what more could you ask for? Well, how about some hope? I'm going to bring you hope now, or at least our next guest is, because she is a Hopeaholic, or the creator of Hopeaholics. Marie Lavoie joins us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I love the whole term, a Hopeaholic.
Yes.
What exactly is a Hopeaholic?
Hopeaholic is just someone who never loses hope. I mean, we have things in our lives every single day that makes us wonder about how we're living our life, some of the choices that we make. And hope for me, my acronym is honoring ourselves promotes empowerment. So I believe when you do what is right for yourself, you're living your life with hope, and that's what Hopeaholics is all about.
That's a really difficult thing to do when
is.
so much of what we feel is our self-worth depends on other people, or at least we think it depends on other people. It's hard to sort of change that perception. How did you do it?
For me, it was my own journey. So I had a very, very difficult childhood, and at 50 years old, really got to a point in my life where I thought, you know what is it that I really want to do with my life and be able to contribute? I really wanted to be able to make a difference somewhere. And I really thought about my journey and what I had been through, and what ended up being probably one of the most difficult things in my life has turned out to be a huge blessing. So now I spend time talking to different organizations about hope. I'm working on speaking engagements in schools, starting for September, all over the place, the US and in Canada, to go out and speak to students on various things, how the decisions that they make in their life. For me, it was sexual abuse and child abuse at a very, very young age, for 12 years of my life, that really changed who I thought I was. You live your life believing lies, and as I said, mid-40s, I finally realized that really that was not my life, it was not who I was, and so I needed to put myself on the path to really figure out who that was.
And was that a scary thing for you when you started out on that path?
Absolutely it was, because you don't know how you're going to start. And as I say on my website, it really actually came to me in a dream. The word Hopeaholic came to me in a dream. And it was one of those dreams that was very vivid and very clear. And I remember getting up in the morning going, I got to go to my laptop and see if I could find anything that said Hopeaholics, and there was nothing. There were a couple of, statements from Gloria Steinem. She had written about Hopeaholics, but there were no websites. There was nothing that really spoke about hope itself.
It's what I find interesting is you took, so many of us, we have these rocks or stones in our lives that can weight us down, and you chose to take that stone, and it's like you threw it into a pond. So that stone suddenly became the ripple for something really good and reaching out into the community. I love the fact that you're working with students, because being a mother of 3 students, I look at that and think what an important time in their lives to hear this positive message coming to them that life isn't all roses, but at the same time you can take those things that aren't roses and you can turn it into a positive.
Absolutely. And for me, someone said to me, what are you looking at achieving with Hopeaholics? And I said, going back to my own journey, had I chosen to have a voice and know at that point that I would have been heard, my life probably would have been different. And so that is the one thing for me, if I could make a difference, it's to educate students. And it's to let them know that, there are people out there that will hear, they will hear what you're saying, and abuse is not something that has to continue, right? If you choose to speak up, then people will hear you and they'll help you.
Well, you're taking your Hopeaholics message and turning it into something very positive, using it to give back in this community. You did with Nutrition for Learning and so many other ways, and we look forward to finding out, that ripple effect that you're going to have as you're working with students. In the meantime, if people want to find out more about Hopeaholics, they can go to the website.
They can go to my website, and there's lots of information on there for them.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You make me feel good just sitting beside you. You know that, Marie? Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, back in a moment. Stay with us.